Hi, thanks for joining me today. Are you finding that you're at odds with your partner about their parenting style and the decisions they make about what should be done when and how everything should be done? Do you feel that these differences are irreconcilable? Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and I'll let you know every time I post. When you disagree with somebody about things, about anything, about so many things, about so many aspects of life, it is often just a difference of perspective and not a question of somebody being right and the other person being wrong. When it comes to parenting, this can be very intense because you can have strongly held views about how you think things should be done, the importance of doing it this particular way, the necessity for this to happen, or for the children to be doing this or behaving in a particular way. And often those strong views and strong opinions are formed by our own life's experience and principally how we were parented often. So when you come into a family as a step parent, you can disagree with what's happening, and then you can fall out with your partner and things can become quite, you can sort of go your separate ways. You can become more insistent that something should be happening, and they become less insistent or something, and you polarize. And often it's just about understanding that you've actually just got different perspectives. So, for example, you might be quite insistent that things are structured and things are done on time and you have a routine and that the children do things regularly. Your other partner in parenting might consider that a laid-back attitude is much better, that that it's kind of much easier to sort of go with the flow and let the children fit in, and it doesn't matter if things happen, and if the whole weekend is wasted not doing much, then that doesn't matter. And what does matter is that you're together and nothing else matters. Things like that can be very divisive, and they are more divisive in a step family than any other type of family, because you have joined the family later. In other types of families, a couple will come together and they may have many years to kind of rub the edges off each other, and they decide what they're going to do on holiday and what they're going to do at weekends and what are they going to do when the children come along. And then the children do come along and the children fit in because the two parents have got it together more. Whereas in a step family, you are sort of joining a playground merry-go-round, one of those things that you jump on and sort of it's swinging round and round and round, and then you jump off again when it's still swinging round and round and round. And being a step parent is a bit like jumping onto that playground merry-go-round when it's already begun to spin. So it's really quite difficult to jump on to a moving vehicle and get into the family and then agree and be able to iron out these differences in parenting style between you and your partner while from the off. And so, what can you do about this? The idea is to see it for what it is. You're not right and you're not wrong. Your partner is not right and is not wrong. Your stepchildren's other parent isn't necessarily right and isn't necessarily wrong. Of course, there are things that are wrong in bringing up children along the lines of abuse or too disciplinarian or too lackadaisical. But generally speaking, if it's a difference of opinion, just think to yourself, I'm not necessarily right and I'm not necessarily wrong. It's just different. It's just different. Your partner has a different way of doing it from you. And what you need to do is to work with your partner behind the scenes. So don't do this in front of the children, because then the children can divide you because they can see you've got a difference of opinion. So they'll side with one or the other parent, and it'll become a sort of a beauty contest then. So keep it away from the earshot of the children, which is another thing that's different about step parenting, because often children are of an age when they can understand and hear well when parents are trying to sort this stuff out, whereas if you form a partnership, then have a child, you can do all the talking before the child becomes verbal. So it's tricky, but keep the conversations, where possible, away from the children, where you can discuss the differences. That's all you're doing. You're not having an argument. You're not trying to prove the other person's wrong. You're not trying to fight it out. These differences don't have to be irreconcilable. They are just different ways of doing things. Good luck. We run workshops, sessions, booklets. We write booklets, and we have an email response service. Do look at the links to our social media and our website in the description box below.